So it looks like Ripple is going after Ethereum's business model. I'm going to tell you about what CTO David Schwartz just said at the Apex Development Convention that has some leading to speculations that they're going to be able to go after one of the biggest markets that Ethereum has been known for. I'm going to tell you about it in this video. Also, there has been some very interesting comments by some of those in the United States Congress, mainly Jerome Powell, the Federal Treasury Secretary, also from Elon Musk. I'm going to tell you about what they just said. I recently saw an article that talked about the innovation sandbox and some of the safe harbor rules that Ripple was actually asking about when they wrote to a US senator. So I'm going to tell you all about it. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And right now on this channel, we are covering the Ripple versus the SEC case, as well as other cryptocurrency news and investment markets and personal finance. So if any of those topics interest you and you want to follow along, make sure you do two things. Number one, subscribe to this channel. Number two, hit the bell notification icon so that YouTube will notify you when I release a new video. And also, the two best things that you can do to support a YouTube channel like this. Number one, smash that thumbs up button. And number two, watch this video all the way to the end. Those are really the two best things that you can do. So if you do that, I greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, let's jump in. So Jerome Powell, who is the United States Treasury Secretary, recently had to come out and clarify some of his comments about the cryptocurrency world. Because in a previous banking meeting, he actually said that CBDCs would essentially replace private cryptocurrencies, which of course isn't the case at all, which just goes to show how little the government actually knows about the cryptocurrency space. So in a recent House Financial Committee meeting, he was actually asked by Republican Todd Budd what he meant by those comments, or if he could clarify those statements. Because following up on his statements about CBDCs replacing private cryptocurrencies, he also mentioned about banning or limiting its use. So Todd Budd asked about clarifying those statements and what he actually meant. Jerome Powell then said no, he has no intention of banning Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Whew. Well, I can sleep at night now. Even if he wanted to do that, they would have absolutely no idea about how to go about that, or even if it's possible. Spoiler alert, it's not. My guess is him and Janet Yellen are going to have to be clarifying more and more statements as we go forward. And on the heels of those comments, Elon Musk had some comments that was directed towards the United States government and what he thinks that they should actually do about the cryptocurrency regulation. Because it's been known for quite some time that Elon Musk doesn't exactly have a lot of trust in what the government wants to do with cryptocurrencies. In fact, he shows a lot of displeasure towards the SEC. In a previous comment, he said, "I don't respect the SEC. I don't." And I can see why, as he got in trouble for things several years ago and had to pay a hefty price. But nonetheless, when he asked about cryptocurrencies and regulation and what the government should actually do with it, he said this: "I would do nothing. Seriously, I would just let it fly." Now, he's been known to make other comments like this as well, kind of the anti-regulatory stance. And he also backed that up by saying he wouldn't want the government to overregulate things because then they essentially get to pick the winners and losers. And if you've been following this Ripple versus the SEC case, you can kind of see that that's the case. How about Bitcoin and Ethereum getting a free pass, while XRP, the only non-mined cryptocurrency at the time, got sued? And speaking of Ripple and some of the plans that they have for their XRP ledger, it's coming more and more to the forefront. If you watched my video from yesterday where I talked about the $250 million creator fund that Ripple just announced to basically incentivize developers and creators to come on and explore ways to make NFT projects, NFT marketplaces, and all kinds of new technology to be housed on the XRP ledger. Now, what David Schwartz, the Ripple CTO, had recently said was that they'll essentially be able to create a federated sidechain in which they can run an Ethereum-based virtual machine, which means there can be sidechains that literally run DeFi applications that were even built for Ethereum, but they would be able to be run on the XRP ledger on federated sidechains, which means you can move cryptocurrencies in and out of those sidechains. This is some big stuff. It's absolutely going to be the competitor to Ethereum moving forward in this space. With all the money that they are pouring into application and application development for the XRP ledger, you're going to start hearing more and more about these projects. In fact, David Schwartz was up on stage at the Apex Development Convention, and he mentioned that these sidechains running DeFi applications is one of the first things that they would like to have developed. In fact, and going along with this $250 million creator fund, Ripple actually announced a $2 million grant for application developers earlier this year. And now recently, they've announced a Wave 2. So they will be giving So they will be giving away millions of dollars worth of grants to application developers that are going to develop open source software to run on the XRPL ledger and essentially expand this sidechain community. So if you haven't gotten this so far, it looks like what Ripple's developers are hoping to do is basically create an ecosystem that is so open and the barrier to entry is so low that application developers are able to create so many different cryptocurrency applications on the XRPL ledger, which offers infinite possibilities. Because XRPL, as we know, is interoperable with pretty much any other cryptocurrency, hence the cross-border payments and instant settlements that it was known for. So it just strikes me as a little bit odd, but not necessarily, could certainly be just how the way the timing worked out, that this news, which is essentially extremely bullish news, and I even talked about it on my last video, that this is probably some of the biggest news that Ripple has put out in quite a long time. This $250 million creator fund is absolutely going to spur on projects that you're going to be hearing about in the near future. But at the same time, it looks like this Ripple case against the SEC is going to be coming to an end soon, at least probably in the next couple of months. Obviously, we still have to hear the rest of the discovery needs to finish by mid-November, and then we're going to have a trial. But with all this stuff coming out, that the SEC and their conflicts of interest, it just looks like the judge should have a summary judgment for Ripple very shortly. So if that happens, let me know in the comment section down below if you think XRP is going to actually catch this bull run for the end of the year, and if so, what are your price predictions? I would love to hear them as well. And if you're new to this channel, go ahead and visit the community tab. Up there, I put out polls on a weekly, sometimes daily basis. Love to know your thoughts, not just on the Ripple versus SEC case, but the rest of the cryptocurrency world as well. One other thing I wanted to mention, if you're watching this video all the way to the end, I really appreciate it, but I'd also like to know your thoughts on some of the newest applications, some of the newest DeFi projects, newest decentralized exchange projects that have been coming along. Let me know what projects that you have your eye on, because I would actually like to take a deeper dive into some of them. As they say on Twitter, show me your next coin and I'll take a look. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.